So one of the first questions I always get asked when people have graduated from their beginners program is, what class do I need to do, or what classes should I be doing? And this is where Warrior Goddess Kettlebell Training and the Warrior Goddess Kettlebell Training method really comes into play, because really what we're trying to provide for you here is more shorter, meaningful workouts, but also to help you to create a training plan, a training program. So it's not just about turning up to class once a week or just trying to get a bit of exercise in. It's definitely a change in your mindset that what I'm trying to help you with as you move and transition from exercise to training, in addition to you moving from dieting to eating, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. So what class should I do really becomes about what it is that you're trying to achieve in terms of your goals. So really, I should have been, putting the goal setting video before this one, and really you should be watching the goal setting video first, but I know that most of the time we just want the answers to, I just want to get started. So I'm going to answer those questions. So let me tell you all about our different classes, and then we're going to break down what sort of classes, or how many classes, or what sort of training you need to be doing based on achieving your goals. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's look at the whole idea of the Warrior Goddess Kettlebell Training method is that we're combining kettlebell training, strength training, with also HIIT style training, in addition to martial arts style fitness, or what we call martial HIIT in some instances, as well as more endurance classes, and then also more kind of kick-ass classes to help you to develop some really empowering skills in terms of fighting and pad work, or in terms of being a badass with some martial arts style fitness. So how does it all work, and what one should you be doing? So let me take you through the classes that we have. So currently we have our core classes, which are lean, strong, and curvy. So the whole concept of Warrior Goddess Kettlebell Training is to help you to become lean, strong, and curvy. And this is why we've created the classes in this way. So lean is all about high intensity interval training using kettlebell and martial HIIT. So this is all about high intensity intervals using the 40-second interval, which is slightly longer than a Tabata interval, which is designed to help you to blast fat, but you're not going to be using heavier kettlebells. In fact, I wouldn't see anything heavier than a 16 ever in even with a swing, etc., in a martial arts, martial HIIT and a kettlebell HIIT class. This is really all about bringing intensity so that you can blast fat, so that you can tap into boosting your metabolism, so that you can have a very effective and meaningful workout. It is intensity training, so it's not designed for our beginners. You need to have gone through the beginners program to work on getting your cardio fitness levels up. And also, because the intervals are quite short, you need to make sure you know how to do those kettlebell moves. And that way, it's really important that you've gone through that series. We teach those classes mostly in the morning because they're great for waking up, and that's the lean classes. The next one is strong class. So strong class is the upper body strengthening class. It's strength and conditioning for the upper body. Now, who should be coming to an upper body class, and shouldn't everybody be doing it? Well, the answer is yes. Even if you don't think that your upper body is an area that needs to be worked or to grow or to tone, here's the thing. When you work at your shoulders and your arms, you're actually going to also end up strengthening your back and your neck. The majority of women that I know either tick yes to lower back pain, or they tick yes to lots of tension through their necks and shoulders and backs generally. This is to do with the fact that we haven't created a strong core shoulders and have good shoulder stability, and also worth working into the triceps, etc. The other cool thing is, ladies, these are the bits that the world gets to see more often than not. We get to see the collarbones, we get to see the arms, so it's really nice to have those looking toned, I don't like that word, toned and lean. And that's also what this class is going to do. But if you have a goal to feel strong, then strong classes is all about that too. In here, we do the Turkish get-ups, we do our snatches, we do our cleans and presses. We also work on pull-ups and push-ups. We work on strengthening your back. So even if you're somebody who's like, well, I'm a pear shape and I want to just mostly work on de-jiggling my bum and my legs, what you actually need to do as a pear shape is work on balancing out your body. So working on at balancing your body through a nice balanced shoulder area will actually help you to look more balanced and actually reduce. When you look at you, your waist will look smaller, your hips will look smaller, and therefore you have a more balanced physique. It also will be more balanced in terms of its conditioning as well. So then we have curvy class. Oh, curvy class. So if you talk to any of my VIP goddesses, they will tell you that curvy class is almost an institution as part of Warrior Goddess Kettlebell training. And the reason why we have 3 curvy classes a week, because you get so much more bang for your buck. Now, what do I mean by that? It is the best class for fat blasting, for working at strengthening your legs, your bum, and your core. This is our powerhouse, ladies. Our hip, bum, glutes, and legs are where we're strongest. We're also able, as women, to recover more quickly in this area, and therefore, it makes more sense for us to work this area. Also, if you're looking to shed belly fat and to de-wobble that area, curvy class is the one. It's the one that's really going to help you to strip that fat, because these are the biggest muscles that you have in your body. Your glutes and your hamstrings and your quads are the big muscles. They're the most calorie hungry muscles. In order to keep your muscles from being strong, they tend to soak up a lot of calories. So therefore, that's why we call it calorie hungry. It's really good for you to build these muscles, to boost your metabolism, and to turn your body into a fat blasting machine. It will also help to lift your bum, de-wobble it, and kind of work on slimming down those thighs too. So this is why curvy class is, of course, one of our favorite classes. We run that 3 times a week because we know it's so popular. Then we have, so that's our 3 core classes. Then we have our additional classes. We have Boom, we have Yoga HIIT, we have Kick-Ass, and Fighter. So all of these classes hold different purposes, and they all are kind of amalgamations of each other. All of these are designed to help you to achieve your goals, but also to shake things up so that you're not bored and that you're trying new things, and also so that the body is trying new things. We have our Boom class, which is basically if our lean and warrior classes had a baby, that would be kind of what it is. So it's high intensity intervals, 40-second intervals, but using circuit-based stuff where we get to use more of our fun stuff. So it's only a 30-minute class. You're only actually working out solidly for 12 minutes. You obviously have a warm-up and a cool-down in there, and that's what takes the full 30 minutes. But it is literally the equivalent of an exercise mic drop. That's what we like to say. So it's late at night. It's also designed for mummies that are really busy and have to put the kids to bed before they come. It's also designed for people working shifts who just have a small amount of time. And it's really good to help you just to squeeze your workout in, a big blast of workout. Then we have our other high intensity interval, which is Yoga HIIT. Now, Yoga HIIT is body weight. It's also as part of the beginners program. It is designed for beginners, but don't let that fool you or kind of draw you into a false sense of security, because it is still a decent workout. I swear, every time I do it, I always go, wow, how can a 30-minute class pack such a punch? But it does. So it's body weight, yoga inspired movements. It's from the Yoga Shred training that I did with Sadie Nardini, and it's really based on yoga, all the strength of yoga, which is the flexibility, which is the strong frame and the strong core, but you also get to use fast twitch muscles which help to sculpt, and therefore that's where the Yoga HIIT comes in. It's a 30-minute class. Again, it's really good for beginners, but it's super duper fat blasting, and it's one of our best core strengthening and middle whittling, as I like to say, or leaning out class to do. So it's on twice a week as well. Then we have Warrior, which is in its fact an interval training, but it's more based on endurance. It's a 1 minute interval. The 4 minutes that you do a 1 minute interval and then you do a number of circuits is actually based on martial arts and boxing. It's the kind of general round that you'll find is doing 4 minutes of exercise, but doing 1 minute circuits. So it is using, again, all our fun tools, including the punch bag and maybe the ball and the box and the battle ropes and all of these fun stuff over a 1 minute interval, which builds endurance as well as strength. And it's one of our most popular because we also get to practice and do some fun games and silly things. We also get to work on our pull-ups or working on our box jumps, or we work on Turkish get-ups, any of the things that have a little bit of a goal around them, we're working towards that too. Then we have our 2 martial arts style classes. We have our fighter class and we have our kick-ass class. So kick-ass is martial arts style fitness. It is cardio, super empowering fun. It's got a lot of strength in there too, don't let that fool you. It is body weight. It is like the most empowering, energizing, it's the one set to music. It's really, really slightly addictive, I have to be honest. I love going to that class myself. And it's all about getting your little ninja on. Now, you don't need to be coordinated. You don't need to worry about whether you're going to be able to do the combos or any of those sorts of things. It's really there for you just to have a bit of fun. The same program is repeated throughout the month so that you can build up and start to learn the moves and how it goes, so that you can get that sense of feeling, that familiarity and being able to build on everything each week. And it's so much fun. Then we have our fighter class, which includes pad work and some circuits, all designed to help condition you in terms of cardio and more fighter-based skills. The pad work is so much fun as well. Again, for complete beginners, even if you don't think of yourself as somebody who's aggressive or somebody who's, got that fighting spirit, deep down, I know that most women, when they start to come in to do anything to do with our pads or to do with our bag, suddenly let out this inner beast that's inside, that sometimes just pounding something out will really help you to de-stress, to feel really good and empowered. And it's just really good for strengthening the upper body and for working into your core, which is what fighter's all about. So that's all the different classes. And then Warrior. Did I mention Warrior? Yes, I did. So that's all the different classes. But really, which class for you to do? Best way to do it is, once you've graduated, is looking at, obviously the times are going to be important to you. I know that we're women and we're really busy and we've got lots going on. However, you also need to think about your goals in terms of body shape change, what you're trying to achieve with that. You need to have a strength class in there. We generally say adding 2 strength classes and then 1 high intensity class and working to the magic number of 3. So you want to be looking at least a strong and a curvy, or 2 curvies, and then adding maybe a boom or a yoga hit. Then the other classes can be added on top of that, or you could do a kick-ass instead of a yoga hit, or you could do a fighter instead of one of your strength classes, because there's a lot of strength going in there, and Warrior could also go in there. But you really want to try to get to the strong or the curvy, because those are where we do traditional kettlebell moves, but we also work on strength and lifting heavy, which in my experience of working with women now for over 5 years in strength training is where you're going to get the results the fastest. I will tell you that the ladies who do 2 curvy classes a week, in addition to maybe a high intensity and something else later in the week, are the ones that are seeing the results. So try to make that work for you in terms of that. So if you have any questions about any of the classes, if you're like, I'm not sure which ones to do, first thing, just try things. Just try it. Just give it a go. See which ones you like. You might end up liking them. Some might work really well for your schedule. Workout done is better than a workout thought about. So, training is supposed to be more about building a habit. So you just want to try to get there. That's the most important part. And then beyond that, you can start to work out what's going to work for you and your body and for your goals. So it's really important to check out the next video, which we're going to talk about goals. And that's going to help you to actually set yourself a training plan and create a training plan that you can then achieve your body shape change and those changes to your habits and those healthy habits and lifestyle upgrades that you're looking for. So I look forward to seeing you in class. Again, if you have any questions, go into the Facebook Tribe community group. We're there to answer them, myself or my team. We're always here to come back to you to help you to maximize your time here at Warrior Goddess Kettlebell Training.